Hello fans, Real Music Records fans, Real Music Media fans, all fans across the country, man. We are very excited today on several occasions, several reasons, but this one in particular really is straight from the heart. We want to thank everyone for the love and support that you guys have given us over the last 5 years. We have just crossed over our 5th year in business and ministry. We're very excited. We've overcome certain hurdles and hills. Being nominated and having awards, and now we're going for other things and bigger things. God is blessing. So I just want to say thank you for that. Make sure that you check us out next week, March 4th and 5th at the Arnold Classic down at the Ohio Expo Center. It's going to be amazing. I'll be performing at the halftime show for the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. It's going to be great. But enough about me and the label. Let's get to this young man here, Mr. Andrew Heller. Sir, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself and give a little background on who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Andrew Heller. I'm the executive producer of a movie called The Gift of the Heart, and we're really excited about this. And we have actually going to contract Prophecy to write a song for the film and actually play a part in the film. And we're very excited about that because this movie is about heart, it is about faith, and in its own way, it is about God, but it is an entertainment platform that we're looking really forward to doing. And our main purpose behind this film is to send a global message to help kids with cancer. And we're going to be driving a lot of our net profits to that end.
Okay. See, it sounds great. Sounds wonderful. What I want to talk about is the fact that, yes, this is a film, but it was a book first. And what made you want to write a book about what this is first?
Well, back in 1990, this is 26 years ago now, my mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Wow. So that touched me very deeply, and I, having been a writer and an actor my whole life, I thought, what better way to get the word out and have people attack this on a personal level than to write a story. Mm-hmm. But write a story that is more interpersonal and crosses every single boundary so that you could really attack it from a social standpoint, not just a story standpoint. So I wrote the story, then I wrote the screenplay, and it was optioned immediately. And the former producer sat on it for 7 years, and wow. He didn't do anything with it. And I finally got it back, and I was very disappointed. My mother had then since passed, and I had lost 2 friends after that to cancer, and have actually continued to lose people to cancer. One just recently, about 2 weeks ago. And I put it on the shelf, and then I went through a terrible life-changing experience. I had a terrible motorcycle accident, and that almost killed me. I had a brain hemorrhage. And after I came out of that, just the rehab of recovering from that was awful. And then I went through 2 more brain hemorrhages that were delayed results of the motorcycle accident. Wow. And I became disabled. I ended up with a lot of titanium in my neck and my back. And I was sitting around one day trying to figure out, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? And one of my best friends, Joe Mast, who does all the stills photography for the film, said to me, why don't you bring back A Gift of the Heart? It was good then, it'll be even better now. So that's what I decided to do, and that was exactly a year ago today. I completely rewrote the book, I updated the screenplay, and boy, it just took off. And we issued our mission statement right from the get-go. I was like, I know my mom's not here, but if there's any way I can impact children's lives that are battling it, since their lives are still way ahead of them, please God help me, because I know I can't do this alone. And he, the good Lord got behind it, and it's been a blessing ever since. And I mean, here we are, you and I.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, we do a lot of things ourselves here at Real Music Records. We've already done music workshops for Ronald McDonald House right here in the city. we're looking to do music workshops actually on a monthly basis. I've started with the Junior Kids Club that's based here in Columbus as well, and also the Girl Scouts. So they would come to the studio, they would write their own lyrics, and then we would match it with production and beats, and then have them have their own music. So it's real, it's real, just very exciting for myself, to see, kids from ages 9 and up, be able to harness something that they possibly didn't even know that they had, to give for. So bringing gifts out of people is a gift itself, So, so we're, like I said, we're real excited about this. Our fans are definitely going to be excited about this, that we're, partnering up and whatnot. So let's really go ahead and get down to the juicy things. With this film, we have some wonderful actors and actresses. I've seen the trailer. I've read the screenplay. It's amazing. It's definitely something that when you read a screenplay, and this was the first time I really actually sat down and read it. It's about 100 some odd pages, and I turned around and literally read it in a span of maybe 4 hours between 2-hour increments, and it just flowed. It really flowed. It was cut scene here, this actor here, this scene here, and after reading, then watching the trailer, I was even more excited because when I saw the trailer, I said, "Oh, I read this part. I know this part." So let's get into the actors and actresses and what led to bringing them on and things of that nature.
Well, my director happens to know Austin St. John, and I went to my director and I said, "Listen, in order for us to get global distribution contract, I need some names attached to the film."
Right.
And I looked at Austin St. John's footage from another film that my director was working on, and I said, "You know what? He would fit the part of the husband, the lawyer, in this film perfectly."
And for those who do not know who Austin St. John is the original Red Power Ranger from Power Rangers. Like, I grew up watching this guy, him, Billy, Tommy, I was so excited about that because I was like, wow, a lot of the people who, acted back then, just from my opinion on TV, you really don't see a lot of them anymore. And Austin's really, if you really follow his social media, he's really active, besides the Comic-Cons and stuff like that, he's very active. So I was extremely excited about that, but that was just my opinion. Continue.
And he's a wonderful, wonderful person. And it was funny because when he got the script, I was staying at a friend's house. I hadn't been feeling good. I was just starting to come out of my second brain hemorrhage. I was only about a couple of days out, and he had gotten the script, and I hadn't heard anything, and of course I wasn't expecting anything, and I was sleeping on my friend's sofa, and my phone rang. I was just beginning to nod off at 11 o'clock at night, and I answered it, and it was like, "Hey, this is Austin St. John," and I went, "Huh?" So I immediately sat up and went, "Okay." And he went, "I read the script." And I was a little nervous, and I was going, "Okay." He read the script. So I said, "Well, what did you think?" And he said, "I really didn't want to read the script because the part that I have to play is a real jerk." And he said, I was like, who wants to see me as a real jerk?
Right.
And he read through it, and he said, honestly, this character has so much going on in his life and has to do so much in this film. He said, it's absolutely amazing. And he said, "I absolutely love it." And he said, "I love the mission behind it." And he said, if you would have me, I would be more than happy to join your cast.
Wow.
And I was stunned. I was like, wow, he's asking me to accept him.
Right.
And I was like, well, absolutely. I'd love you to be a part. And then he is very good friends with John Schneider, and they just recently did a film together called Tres Leches. So I asked him, I said, I'd really like to have John read the script and see what he thinks. I hadn't really pursued him for any particular reason. So Austin gave him the script, and then about a week later, I get a phone call from Austin that says he's in and he wants Dr. Heller,
Wow.
which was actually the part that I'd written for myself. So
that's okay.
So, so the first words out of my mouth within a split second was, "He's got it." And he goes,
right.
"It's that easy?" I said, "If he wants it, he's got it."
Right.
You know,
Right.
and he does a great job with the character as well.
Yes.
And that was the one he loved. He said that's just all me. And again, he loved the story. He loved the mission behind it. And that's how we got Austin St. John and John Schneider on board. And now we've got you, and we plan on signing another name. We're pursuing a couple of different people, but we need to flush out the rest of our budget. I mean, we're $500,000 in, and we have a global distribution contract. And actually, over the last couple of days, thank God, we've been in discussions back and forth with a couple of different people about getting the rest of our funding in place.
Oh wow! See, that's amazing. You know, when you are, you know, working for God and you really have a heart just for being effective through whatever gift you have, I feel that, you know, the blessings just come in abundance. And, you know, I believe it was probably around 8 or 9 o'clock when Brian called me and said, "Hey, listen, you know, I got somebody I need you to talk to," and kind of go from there. And me and you had a phone conversation, and you know, if you would have seen my expression, you know, when I was just brought this opportunity, when it was placed on the table for me, of course I took it, you know, because I was like, well, I mean, how many other people get to, you know, do something like this? Right. And again, it's for a cause that is absolutely, and unfortunately, it's something it brings a lot of people down, but at the same time, if you support it in the right way, you can support the ones who are still going through it now, and hopefully, you know, we can move on from there. So,
exactly.
Yes, I'm very excited about having my acting debut, if you would say, and kind of going from there. Again, for the people who have not seen the trailer, we will make sure that the link of the trailer will be at the bottom of this film, and also in the details tab for this video. For any social media for Gift of the Heart?
Yeah, we're on Twitter. You can also go to giftoftheheart.com if you'd like to buy the book. The book is already out there. And I'm actually going to be discussing with Prophecy about producing the audio version of the book under his label. It's actually been produced. It's already done. It just needs to be manufactured. So that's something we will be discussing today. And hopefully he'll say he'll do it, and that'll be really exciting. And they should be available at all his shows, so you'll be able to buy books, you'll be able to buy the audio version and stuff like that. And what I'm excited about is actually showing up at some of these concerts and being there in person, so that you can meet me, take pictures, and I can actually sign some of the stuff that he's going to be participating in. And we're looking forward to hopefully getting this film out by Christmas, and you'll get to see him on film. And one of the other things, speaking about acting and doing workshops, is I've just now started to revive my Actors Jam session. I have 50 years worth of experience in theater, film, and television, and I have a workshop that I do on weekends.
Wow. And
we're just now starting to try to expand that and go more nationally. I used to do it globally a long time ago, and we're updating it, and we start the first one first week of April.
Wow.
Which is a great workshop.
See,
and,
so
it's
any
called the
of
Actors
you,
Jam session. So
right?
We'll be doing
actors?
some training, and I'll be teaching you some tricks.
And I always learn.
There you go.
That's the way you got to do it. You gotta be able to learn it to take it to the next level. So any of you actors and actresses out there, you know, you have this young man right here. We'll make sure you get all of his contact information so you can, you know, contact him and go from there. I just want to, I mean, personally, and I'm sure the fans would love to thank you for coming out and you know, being able to do this interview. Actually, let people know what you're doing now as far as marketing here.
Well, I started out my trip of faith, basically. Golly, it is exactly a week ago today. I've got 2 more weeks to go. I dressed up my car with a Gift of the Heart and a big heart on top, so people can take pictures and take notice. And I'm marketing the film and talking to people about the film. And I started out in Florida, and then I went to Savannah, Georgia. I went to Washington, D.C. I went to Youngstown, Ohio. Now I'm in Columbus. I'll be in Louisville, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia, and then I'll be heading back and then planning my next trip. And I'm hoping that my next trip will be up here perhaps to do an Actors Jam session in the near future.
Definitely.
But that's kind of sort of what I'm doing, and I'm talking to radio stations and going on radio and TV where I can to talk about the project and let people know, and I'm putting out little videos, so I'm hoping we'll get to do a little video with you that we can put out on YouTube tonight.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. We will always have we always work on our social media trying to get things out. But you know, like I said, this is just a wonderful blessing to myself, to Real Music Records. We will definitely, of course, stay in contact, and we'll make sure that everyone here stays in contact with you. Just want to thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all your fans. Really appreciate getting the word out.
Yes, and we are done.